Okay, so I wanted to put a little bit more color into this part here. It's a little green, and I suggest using emerald green. It doesn't matter what shade or what brand, I mean, as long as it's something that you can just use. You know, I mean, I don't want you spending a ton of money on this stuff until you get used to painting, and then you start to get the better things. So I'm just going to edge this in a little bit of the emerald green and put a little bit in through here, as I'm noticing all these different things here. And I think that would be just about all there is to that, adding that. So just wanted to do that before we went any further. And now that this has dried a little bit, I can add that orange again. And I'm going to put that in, cleaning my brush. So I'm going to get that orange. That's a light orange, so it's a little bit better now. Then we'll put some of the darker cadmium, darker with a little bit of alizarin crimson mix to make that a little darker. Comes up here and just blends into that. Alright, so let's start into this section right here. I want to get some of that in there. So we're going to start out with some really pale orange, and I'm going to mix that with my white. To get that pale orange. A little bit of my retarder, because I'm going to be blending some of this. So it comes out over here a little bit, then it comes down, and then it comes up. It's almost like a little V here that we're seeing. All right, comes like that. And there's this section that comes over here also, but that's kind of light also, and it's something that we can work on with this. And there's this lighter section that comes down in here. Just scrub it in a little bit, just scrub it in. I'm using a number 4 Bristle Bright right now. So I'm going to get a mixture of my cad orange and my alizarin crimson, because it has sort of like a reddish, and I'm going to grab my retarder as well. Now that's the Grumbacher retarder. I think I showed you this yesterday, well, a while ago. It probably was yesterday because I'm filming this in several days here. Hopefully we get this done today, because I'm going to be really tied up in the next few weeks with things. It's life happenings, you know. And then it comes up over here as well. But you just want to kind of blend all this together. But I think I need a little bit more of the alizarin crimson in that orange to make it a little redder. Get that red like I want. Okay, maybe this will do it. You have to really study your photographs, you know, to see what's all in that. Okay, I'm just going to paint this in here. I still want a little bit more red into my, and this has to get whisked in, so we're going to go back to this red here and get some more of that in there. It has to be pretty red. Let's see here if this will help. Really is kind of reddish over here. This may dry, you know, just the way we want it. That being lighter. Gonna rinse this out, and I'm gonna get my rose, my light yellow or orange here. Kind of blend it now. I'm gonna just blend it. And I'm doing this very lightly, very lightly. And I may get that one brush that I was using yesterday. It's this Social Artworking number 12. It's sort of a good blender. Blends all this together. What you want it to do, you want it to blend. You want it to almost look like it's one with this. That looks pretty decent there. Just, I'm not pushing hard on my brush to blend. I am just doing it very lightly. Very lightly. And I'm just going to go over very, very lightly here, just to blend it. Get that a little redder in here, somewhat redder. Want that a little redder. There we go. Now this here is very red. So we're going to go into the Alizari and really mix it up with the orange. And get that brighter. Okay. And right in here, I'm going to kind of like make this line. It comes through here. And we're going to blend it in to this. So just do it lightly. You don't have to go very hard. Now I'm going to grab some of my lighter orange that I mixed before. Just, oops, that's a little too light, too light. Just lightly blend. Lightly blend it. That's starting to really look sharp. Okay. Now I noticed too that this right in here is a little lighter, and so is this. So I'm going to get some of my light and mix it up with some of this orange. And just kind of, okay, so we've got this that's lighter, okay, got that. Now we want to get this here. And that underneath will show, you know, but we just want to be able to blend it a little bit. And that's just the way it should be. Blend it in. Okay. Starting to shape up. Starting to shape up. Okay, so now our next thing is to highlight some of this with some really bright yellow. I'm going to get my little brush here. This is a number 4 shader. It's a Simply Simmons shader. And I'm going to hit it with some bright yellow. I'm going to add a little white to that because of the transparency. So I'm still using that bright yellow that I used here. It's Brilliant Yellow with some white added. And right here, right along this piece right here, it's pretty bright. Just got to get that in there. And right here, it's pretty bright. But I think I got that in the wrong spot. Okay. Yeah, it's like, it's here. It comes down just about right there. And let's see. Right here it comes in. So it comes over that, something like that. It's a little different than, oh, okay, I see, wait a minute. All right, let's erase that. Let me get a piece of paper towel. I'm going to put some of that orange in there, something that I totally missed. As I look at this, it's right in here. We're going to have that little bit of orange in there. And it has to be a bit darker, so I'm going to just go into some of my darker orange. Get that. It sort of like comes around like that. Okay. And then right in here, it's a little darker, so I want to make that a little darker in there. Just a titch of darkness. So I'm just going into my straight cad orange here. No highlighting with that. Okay. Blend it down. Now we can go into that bright yellow. And some white. All right, so here, it is right here, and then it goes down and around just like I have it, and it comes straight on this way, just down to there, while this is going to come around this way. So we've got that to get fixed too. We're going to get a little orange and white. Kind of get this to come into that. And that's fine the way this is. This is great because we're coming over here with this. So let's get rid of that. And get our bright orange. Sometimes reading these photographs can be a little difficult. Can be somewhat difficult. So it's coming up here with that. And then it's coming down through here and around, while this one is coming over here to meet. There we go. There we go. Now, sort of just like fades off a little bit. Fades off like that. And then in here it's lighter. And then it comes down into a little bit of the orange. It's not real orangey, but it is orange. And let me get my blending brush here for this. Okay. This should be a little darker, actually, but okay. Now, a little bit of red is here and here. A little bit of red in here. Okay. I want to get that just a titch darker in through here. Blend it. Add the lighter. A lighter on top of that, just so we can blend it in. And the same here, we're gonna kind of blend that. And we gotta get that redness in all the way into this area here. So we're gonna just go like this. Blend it up and get some of my orange, just my pure orange, cat orange, go over it so I can blend it nicely. And get into my lighter now. I got to get the lighting that will come. Okay, so there's like two parts to this. Get that lighter. I want to get, kind of blend it up. And this, some lightness too. And get some more of that red. This is Alizarin Crimson now I'm using. Okay. Okay. Now there's a nice big highlight on that. Which we started up at the top here. It's kind of like a yellowish color. Ooh, that made a mess. I'm going to get some more, I want to put some more of my brilliant yellow out because I got it contaminated. Spritz it a little. Spritz it some with some water. Now, right in here it's bright. So I'm going to get that bright yellow, some white, mix it. Put a little bit more yellow into it because I want it bright in here. Right in here. It's going to be bright. Okay. But it is that orangish shade, so this is gonna get mixed with that, I think, so. And I didn't finish this part here, so I should come back to it. Okay. Get this so it's bright. Not that bright. Then this kind of comes down a little bit like that. You know, I use my fingers too. And okay, so we got that one. Get that one. It's going to come around. We got to get that in. And then this. Somehow I got an extra piece in there. No, that's right. That's right. Okay, so actually this here might be wrong. Okay, this here, I gotta get this in. Okay. And rinsing out my brush. I see a real bright line right here with my orange. It's a bright line right there. Got to get a little bit more of that alizarin crimson mixture. And kind of just put that in there so it blends nicely. Okay, and get my orange. Can orange. Okay, now that's a little bit of a weird shade, so I'm going to put a little white on my brush, kind of get some of my retarder, kind of try to blend this a little bit better. Okay, there we go, there we go. That's, look at how nice that blended. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so this is coming off of here, and it's going to be light. Then it gets real light into there, so. Coming around sort of like that. And we'll get that orange and mix it up with some white. Orange is drying out. It's warm in here because of the furnace being on. Alright. Alright, so some of this is going to be bright yellow and orange. I'll mix some bright yellow with orange. White. Okay, that looks good. See, I'm just checking here to see if my color matches, and it does. And this is gonna like roll it in like that. And it just kind of fades out. And there's like a little V here. We'll get that V in, and then it just kind of fades into that other. Same here. I want to get this more on a yellower side here. Yeah, this is going to be more yellow too. And then this comes off of this, it rolls in like that. So we gotta get that to roll in somewhat, but not be so bright. Let's see, because this is coming down like this. There we go. And then it comes up. So we want to get that to look a little bit like it should. We're going to take that out, it looks like. Okay, this should be up a little further. Okay. Get my red. Just stick it in there, that's it. There we go, and okay, and this is going to be sort of a reddish, but it's not as red. So we got to get that. Lots of details here. So you notice that I am painting with my right hand on this while I'm holding the picture in my left hand. Well, I have to tell you that's because I'm right-handed. So if you are left-handed, I don't know how I can help you with that, unfortunately. I am not ambidextrous. I wished I could be ambidextrous, but I am not. So it's a little hard for me to explain it as a left-hander, unfortunately. But I was watching Wyland on the Create channel, and he pulled that one, and I thought it was pretty funny. He said, notice I'm painting with my right hand. And where, you know, it gives you a little thought, like, oh, okay, does he paint with the other hand, or how's that work? And then he says, that's because I'm right-handed. I start laughing, so do my grandkids. It was kind of funny. Okay, so I'm going back into my orange, and I am going to come around like this with that. Okay. Alright, and this comes down. Okay. Very good. And then there's this piece. Okay, this comes down here. So this is going to be messed up right here. So we got to get that red back in there, because that comes down like this. And then there's that piece. Okay. Let's get some orange. Blend it. Let's blend it up and around, because that's how it's coming. Down like this. And then here's this piece right here, and it comes right off of that. So right here, this should be straight. This got to be straight a little bit. So I am going to straighten that out. It's going to be straight here, comes over here, just like that. This is more straight. That's where I'm having my issues, because when I drew it, I didn't get it in there correctly. So now's the time to make those changes. Make those changes. And it's kind of orangish. And through here. Then it goes into that yellow colory. Red, yellow. Okay, let's get some more yellow. A little white. Okay, and same here, we're going to put some of that in there. Just kind of blend it up. Alright, now let's see here. I'm going to get my little bristle brush, kind of go over that a little bit better. Get that white and some of my brilliant yellow on my brush. And it's gonna come over this way. Oh, that's too much, too much. I gotta get a little one here, my little brush. That's my number 4 little brush here. As you can see, roses are not easy. Roses can be difficult, but you have to be patient. Patience, that's the thing, key here, patience. Patience. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to get a little bit of my orange red, reddish orange, kind of lighten it up with some white. Kind of like fades a little bit, but there is a little divot here that's like the red. It's just a little too light here. Let's see if we can get that. It's like a shadow right in here. There we go. Okay, get that nice and dark in there. You can blend it out. Okay. There's that thing right in there. And there's one right in here. And then this comes down almost like into a heart shape. So we need a little bit of our orange. A little bit of our orange to make this little bit of a thing that comes up, and then it goes into this. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Sort of comes like into a heart shape right here. All right. Make sure it's blended nicely. Want to blend it very nicely. Okay. Now, let's get this highlight in here. Let's get that highlight in there. I even make it up here a little bit more. Some right in here. Okay. It's starting to really look nice, I think. What do you guys think? Let me know how you like this. I mean, this is something that you voted for, and I'm working at it. Okay, this has to be a little lighter in there. Okay. Okay, let me get some light orange. Right in here, comes around, it meets that. So, and then right in here, we've got that light orange. Well, not so light, but it does meet in here. So I gotta get that to come in and meet it. So let's see here now. So this is coming around here. One part could stump you forever, huh? Could stump the process. There we go. This goes around, okay, but it ends here. So this red has to be quite a lot here. So we're just going to put that back in there. And it comes down. And it outlines this, see? Like that. Okay. Very dark in here. Very dark in here. And dark in there. But then you have your orange that goes on top of it. So that has to be lighter also. Okay. Now let's get that light. Let me rinse out my brush. And we're going into the yellow, very pale yellow. And I think the problem here is that this should be over here more. So we're going to do that. It's going to come down a little bit. Going to come right here. Like this. Then this comes out and it has a little highlight on it. So we're just going to make that a little bit lighter. Let this get blended in with that orange. I think this should be up like that. Okay. Very good. Very good. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Okay. Now we're cooking. Okay. I gotta say I'm not liking this yellow too much. But we're learning to do this, see? And color theory is part of what we're doing here. Trying to get these colors to look right. I think we're doing okay. I think we're doing fine, actually. It's just a matter of blending and getting it together. Here with that. And it's starting to shape up. You can see it's starting to shape up. And that's what we want. We want it to shape up. And it is. It's starting to shape up. Here we got this, which is right here and down. And this doesn't have to be like the exact painting. You're the artist. You have, you can make whatever you want as an artist, how you feel it should look. I'm working at it, trying to get it to blend. Trying to make it look like it should. It's coming along. It's coming along. And then this comes down in here. So this is going to be darker. a little bit darker. You can get the dark to show here. Because this has to be dark so that it can pop out. So you always have like a dark against the light. And that just helps to make things work. You know, if you don't, then everything looks kind of flat. And it doesn't look good. Then you have this weird looking thing. Weird, weird, weird. Okay. That's beautiful. It's starting to really not look good. Okay, so I'm getting my CAD. Let's see here. Get my CAD. Well, I think I'm going to use my Azo orange here. Get some more of that out. Mix that with a little white. Well, maybe I'll just go, let's get a little white on the brush. A little white. Gonna have this going this way. Gotta come up. And this way. And then this here has to come down. There's this piece that comes up this way. And I think we've got this pretty well captured now, the center. Very hard part. The hard part, you want to get some of those hard places completed. So they are. Okay. I'm going to just go right into my retarder. See if I can mix some of this out. Okay, let's get some of that red. Kind of like mix it so it goes up and then it's like smooth. You want it to be smooth, smooth in here, like it's part of that rose. Darker. I want these things to be dark. Here we go. Comes up and then down. There we go. This, of course, gets lined up here. Just a titch of that in here. There we go. Oh, what do you think so far? It's looking pretty good, don't you think? I think it's doing pretty good here right now. And thank goodness we have some of these dark colors already in, which is helping. It does help to get those in. Okay. Let me take a little drink. Looking good. Looking very, very good. So, for some reason, I just like to get this one in. It's very pretty piece here. But I think if I get that in, it might just help. And so that's a very pale orange. So I'm going to go with the Azo orange and white. And there's various layers here with this, so we're going to start here. Just the way the light is hitting it. Okay. Now, there's also like sort of a reddish orange of that. So I'm going to get a little bit of my alizarin and kind of put it right in here. Blend it into that. It's not that much. Well, maybe it is. It's also very dark up in there. Maybe a little darker. Put that in here. Now this piece is kind of rolling this way, so we want to make sure we get it to roll that way. Now notice this is a little darker than the first part, so I may have to lighten this one up. Yeah, I'm going to have to lighten that up. So let's lighten that up. Add a little white in there. And there we go. It's just the way the shadow is, so you have to be careful of these things. You know, be mindful that these things are happening. Right here, it's very bright, very bright. So with what I have on my brush, I'm just going to use what I have here and just brighten that up. It may be too bright, but you know what? At least we're going to see that, and let me just blend that in there. Making this a little brighter. And very dark right in here, so I gotta get that, I have to get this up here. Okay, like that. Okay. Blending it, getting the orange, putting it back in to get this here piece. Definite shadow, little red in here, a little bit of red, because what's happening is this is casting some red onto this. So I'll just put that in there like that, and it's going around here like that. Okay. All right. I just kind of like that being done. Now let's just kind of work on this a little bit. It's going to be the orange. So I'm going to just go with my Azo orange. Get this in here. Okay, well, looks like there's a lot of alizarin in that also, so I'll put some of that in there with a little white. Kind of get that. Maybe that's a little too, well, it looks sort of like that color though. I'm kind of matching, trying to color match here. So right about here, it changes the colors. It gets more red. So let's get that into our mixture of orange and white. Orange and white. And just start blending it down, blending it down, blend it down. Maybe a little bit more red for this. Blending it, blending it. There. Actually here, it looks like a piece of, if you can see it's some of the part of the rose, the green part. So we're going to have to get that in there also. Lots of painting here, huh? Lots and lots of painting. Okay, I'm using some of my blending retarder because I want to get this to blend nicely up and through here. There's not much of a contrast, but I may want to get a little darker in here, so I'm just going to go straight in here, and because I want to make sure that I get this here so that you can see that that leaf is something else. And because I have some of that already in there, it should help it. Just going to kind of glaze over it. Glaze it. Blend it in. And actually a little bit light. Let's see here. There's like a little lightness right in here because that's where the highlight is going to be. Some right in here. There is a little lights in through here, so just little parts of the rose. It's just little flickers of, it looks like veins in here, so I'm just going to stick those in. Kind of makes it look realistic. Okay, let's get a nice edge on here. Let's see here. Ooh. That's okay, because this is going to be a green piece here, right in here, and I just need to make it that way. Okay, I want to get some of that blue. Blue-brown in here. That's it. Just a touch more of that darkness. Got that right on my flower. Ugh. So tell me, do you feel that this is just a little bit hard of a painting? It is. I mean, you should be a little bit more advanced for this, because it just, you don't want to give up, you know, and it can be an issue. You know, you get like frustrated and you want to quit, so it kind of gets a little hard for people. So I would say you can watch this. It's more advanced, but once you become a little bit more accustomed to painting and, you know, enjoy the process of it, you could tackle this one. I don't know. I know that there are artists that rate their paintings, like, and I would say this is very difficult. This is a more difficult painting. I'm trying to do it so that you can do it in steps. You want to be able to do it in steps. So that's the key. You do it in steps, and then it's not so difficult. So like I'm painting different places here, but it's actually, I'm doing it in different steps so that we got the center pretty much. We got some of the leaves out here. We're going to work on some of these, and we're going to work on this part. Once we get all these in, I mean, it's a piece of cake after that. You know, it's not like, it's not as hard for us to do. So I'm going to quit here, and we're going to make this like part 2, and then we'll probably do this in 3 or 4 parts. So until next time, glad I could be with you today. Happy painting. Bye-bye.